Welcome back. So today, get some sanding done. The carving cover's kind of straightened itself out as well, just sitting in the house, so just shows you, eh? It's just because it was a really wet day that day as well, actually, so the dampness just having an effect on the wood. So, but yeah, we'll get it all sealed up. The body and carving cover, they're going to be getting the thinned down polyurethane mix, getting a couple of few coats of that on and stuff. And the neck, I'll just be going straight onto the Osmo Poly X hard wax oil. But everything needs sanded, 240 down to 320, and then yeah, and I need to keep it on the top as well for any bits that might need a bit of super glue on that as well. So I think we'll just fire on, shall we? Well, we're getting there. The little chip came out sort of halfway down there, so you know, that's looking quite good now anyway. It's all going lovely. I'd forgotten to do this already. Actually, I meant to, you know, usually always sort of slope or curve these bits, and it just hadn't crossed my mind. So that's looking good though. But I just found a little dent on the back, so I'm just going to get a wet rag and take care of that. A little mark just right there, so I'll go and get a wet cloth. Right, so this is looking pretty decent really. It just needs a light sanding. The only thing I'm noticing is I hardly put any finish on yesterday. It was really thin. So I'll have to see. A bit more sanding in here, a bit over here and things. I like sanding the yew wood itself, that looks amazing. You probably can't see it in the camera. I'm using the sunlight and looking down over because it's really bright and it's just revealing things to me. So that looks alright, eh? The neck. The Poly X was kind of dry yesterday actually, so I did sand some of this, but there's still some more marks. I'm noticing a mark up here, and where else is it? It's down here as well, on the binding itself, like looks like file marks or something. So a little bit more sanding on that and then a fresh coat. Yeah, the marks can be really hard to see, eh? Little marks and stuff. You do need the sort of light to see them. But yeah, a little bit more sanding and then onto another coat with that as well. But I'm going to get stuck in because it's quite cold today and these things are just going to sit around and get chilly and horrible, so just fire on. So that was shellac sanding sealer I was putting on, and I've sanded back some of the top already. I just got to make sure it's flat really, so that when I put the spray on, it'll just look lovely. It's got a feel on stuff, but yeah, like I said, the tops, it's mostly been sanded back already. So I'm just, but I gave it another thin wipe after sanding back. So what I'm doing now anyway is got to make sure the edges and stuff are cleaned up because the crap builds up on them. So clean all the edges before I paint the cavities and stuff, just to make sure there's not a lip of this sanding sealer on the surfaces, the edges. I think most of it's pretty good though. So. Right, so that's the body already. Just got to, I'm going to paint the cavities next. I'll paint them black just with the usual, the acrylic paint with the brush. Just going to do all that. Except the neck pocket, of course. I don't paint that. The neck. Speaking of neck, that's got about three or four coats of the Poly X on it. Sanded back a couple of times, more added. It feels, I mean, I've just put a coat on there just long and it already feels dry. The base of the headstock has got the shellac sanding sealer on it. You can see the sort of colours now, it's mental. So that'll get a light sand back. I'm going to leave this just now though because I've not long put the Poly X on, and I want to put the masking tape all around the headstock and just spray the face of it. But I've still got to sand that smooth, clean the holes out, make sure they're okay, ready to rock and roll. Cavity covers in the house, I need to give that just a light sanding, make sure that's nice and flat, and that'll be ready to spray as well. But yeah, oh, it's freezing now. I'll have to do my usual and sort of spray it out the door of the house and then go and hang it up inside. Anyway, moving on. course, we've got the net on the headstock. Headstock, just the top is sprayed the top there. But the colours on are superb as well. The frets I'll just need to give a little clean up. Just get me going over with the wire wool, the 4-0 wire wool. So, but yeah, the rest of it's it feels so smooth and lovely. I love the feel of the Poly X on a guitar neck. It almost still feels like wood, but it's just so slick and so smooth. So that's all done now. And of course the cavity cover, that's all done as well. Again, you see that sort of sheen. It's almost like, I love that, the matte spray, it looks kind of like an oil finish, but when you look across the surface it's just so smooth. I find sometimes trying to do purely an oil finish, sometimes you get this sort of patchy look and things. Sometimes, depends on the wood, eh? Anyway, so that's all done. I'm going to let that hang up now let it just sit for a couple of days, at least anyway, before we bang it all together really, get it all assembled. It's going to be good though. Going by, well, if everything goes to plan, it should be really good. I'm going to epoxy the adapter into the truss rod as well, but I've got some 5-minute epoxy stuff, so I could just use that, just stick that in. But no, excellent, I'm really happy with the results so far. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here, and then we come back, then it'll just be all this sort of assembly and plugging it in and trying it out and things. I've never heard these pickups yet, so I don't know what they sound like. They might be proper heavy metal for all I know. I don't have a clue. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And as usual, feel free to like, comment, etc. And I'll see you all again real soon. Cheers.